Hola. Synchronicity. Sincronicidad. Now, when it happens, you know you are on path. This is a song. Hola, Sherry. This is a song that my daughter listens to. The artist is Logic, but I just listen to the instrumental because I like to just. But the lyrics on this song are intense. Y'all should check it out. It's called Now by Logic, and I'm listening to the instrumental version of it. Hola, Mubina. Fucking with me now. Fucking with me now. God damn it, now they damn it with me. It's a crazy song. I'm gonna have to play I'm gonna have to play the lyric part when I stop this broadcast. Okay, so talking about synchronicity, I wanted to give you guys a quickie because today is my my day where I'm doing my power session. Hola, Carl. Hola, Mubina. And I wanted to talk to you guys about synchronicity because those of you that are on a path of self-realization, you're finding out about the things that are going on, you're giving more attention to yourself. You are finding a lot of synchronicity. You are finding that a lot of things that you connect to in nature are confirming what you are experiencing in your physical life. And so that is what they call synchronicity. And those things happen so that you could have confirmation that you are on path with where it is that you're going, with what it is that you're doing. And so I want to share with you guys something that happened that just reminded me of the synchronicity that happens, and all the time that it happens I'm like, so that's what it was. Okay, so all summer I have been getting visited by honeybees, and the bees were coming, and so I was getting a lot of information of the divine feminine and divine presence. And late in the summer, in August, I started connecting with Obatala, which is an Orisha. He is the head of the Orishas, who I've come to know as my spiritual father. And so a lot of different things have been connecting. So I started making pieces, and this is one of the ones that I made with the bumblebee in it. And of course, whenever you get a sign, it's important to start looking at what the sign means. Symbolism is everywhere, and symbolism is how the ancestors speak to us. So, and they come in so many forms that it's important for us to look at symbols and study symbols. It's a very, very powerful thing to know. So I've been wearing this piece for a while. Those of you that have been watching my videos have seen that I've been, wearing it for a while. This piece has scalar energy in it. It's a very powerful battery. And I created a crystal honey, like a honey hive, a beehive. And so I was getting the energy of this divine feminine in so many different ways, but this bee was very specific, because I kept seeing her everywhere. She was visiting me in all kinds of different shapes and forms, and so I did my research. Well, today, now this is now months later, because this was happening in August, where I was experiencing all of the bees. And so as I'm going through my little path of whatever comes to me, however they speak to me, I begin to started studying. So just recently, the most recent one that has come to me is Ochun. And Ochun is the Orisha. She's over the rivers and the waters, divine feminine energy, sensuality, and sexuality. And so a lot of women, and Ochun has many paths. So she comes in a lot of different ways. And she'll come to you, and you don't even know that's who's coming to you. But in my experience, oh, she let me know. And she let me know in so many different ways, because she was coming, she was making her appearance in my life very heavily in August, but she has been in my life forever because she is part of who I am. She is my ancestor. And so that's why I feel the draw to the energy, and not just her energy, but Elegua's energy, and Obatala, and Zeus and Buddha and Jesus, and all of these energies, because what they are energies, and they're defined by different cultures. Different cultures have experienced this energy, and they call it different things. But in my experience, and the origination of this energy was in Africa, where they really started carrying it forward and making sure that it was put all over the world. It began in Africa, because that is where they began this. That's where it all began. You know what I mean? So these sciences and these energies that have been coming through and have been defined in different ways. They've also even been defined as demons and different. They're energetic forces, and they are the forces of nature, earth, wind, and fire. All of everything that exists is what these energies are, but they come in specific frequencies, and people identify them with different names. So Oshun also came last week. And last week I had a dream, and I think that I was telling you guys about it. And in the dream, I see this face. It's a woman about my complexion with curly hair. And she's saying, Lilith, Lilith, Lilith. So, of course, when I rose up, I was like, I hear you, Lilith. The first thing that came into my mind was the Lilith fair, and Lilith, the demoness that the Jewish believed that, this is what Lilith was. And she was, people were afraid of her for, like, you didn't want Lilith around if you were pregnant, and it was just a lot of confusion. So when I woke up, I did a lot of research, and I did a lot of studying, and I asked the ancestors, give me the information that you want me to know about Lilith and what it is. And so in my discovery, in my study, and what I know is that Lilith, what it is an energy, and it is the energy of the divine feminine. And so it is known as Ochun, and it is known as Shakti, and it is known as Lilith, and it is known as, what is Aphrodite? So all of these energies are defined by different cultures in different ways. But when we go down to the nitty gritty, to what it actually is, it is energy. And so in my experience, I am connecting with these forces through Oshun and Obatala and Elegua and Chango. And so I'm going back, and I'm going back to my ancestors, and I'm going back to what they taught, and I'm going to what they are teaching me now. And so it's just been a really amazing experience and what has happened. And so when I saw Ochun, Luisa Tesh is who really kind of said, this is who has been in your face. And so you guys research her, and I'm going to be talking about her later on as we progress with this vision. But she shared some information that was okay. So copper, Oshun, this is her one of the things that she likes. One of her what do you call it? Hola Jerry, hola Dean, hola Victoria. What is it that you call it? The thing, like, okay, like shells. Shells is another thing that she likes as well, the cowrie shell. And I've been connected with the cowrie shell with, for a lot of different reasons. But the energy all comes in, and it starts, putting where it's supposed to be. Everything starts going in its place. So the copper is something very, very super strong, And Michael Melchizedek Moore has been connecting me. He was a representation of Oshun coming in my life through the copper that he's been sending. And so these energies have been creating a way for me to gain more clarity in everything that's happening in my own life and the paths that are opening in my own life and giving me direction. And it all goes back to the ancestors. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today, that synchronicities, when you have these synchronicities, pay attention to them because there is a reason for it all the time. This is how the ancestors speak to us. This is how we gain clarity on everything around us. Just ask questions and sit back and watch the answers come. Know that they're come. Give thanks that the answers are coming. Ache pa ti and ache pa mi. So I am out of here. Oh, wait. Before I go. Hola, Cherita. Hola, Errol. Before I go, let me say that tonight's broadcast, I am going to be doing it here. Hola, Ja. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I know that my broadcasts are quite impromptu. But I will be live tonight for the Power Healing Session that's going to be taking place at Blog Talk Radio. But I'm going to be simulcasting here on Facebook. And I'm also going to be simulcasting at Oregon Energy Self-Healing Center. So you can catch it all there. And if you can't catch it live, then you can definitely check it out on demand on either one of those sites. And I'll remind you here as well and on Facebook. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Look for those synchronicities because that just means that you are on the right path. I was going to tell you something else as I smoothed out with the music, but my transition didn't happen the way that I wanted it to happen. So now I couldn't really exit with the music because I don't even know what song is this that's playing right now. The whole thing of my story was that these bees that I've been working with are the representation of Ochun. And I hear you, Ochun. I feel you. And Ache. Adios.